Now, for those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time, care to share where you were born?
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee. That's where I was born and raised.
And does it get any more specific than that on the raising, like a particular part of Memphis, perhaps?
See, the type of mom I had, she was all around this motherfucker. So she was like, we would probably stay in Whitehaven a few years. She'd go leave Whitehaven, East Memphis, go to Fraser. So I don't really just never say like I'm from this part of Memphis, like I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, period.
Why the different moves over the years?
I don't know. She can't never stay in this one spot.
And do you still reside in Memphis today?
Yeah.
Now, what was that really like, growing up in Memphis for you?
Shit. It started off like easy, but I ended up like maneuvering my way towards the streets and like, yeah, this shit got wicked. Had a motherfucker watching their back. Like, and I was looking back on it like, damn, I wish I could go back to just chilling instead of, this shit was crazy, man.
Now, speaking of crazy, what was the bottom point for you during your upbringing in Memphis? What was your lowest point or most negative moment growing up for you in that area?
Getting shot.
And care to share what age that was when that took place?
14. I shot when I was like, or maybe it was either 14 or 16, I don't remember. It was one of them though. I think I was in like I don't remember.
And how many times have you been shot by a gun before?
2.
2 different occasions.
Yeah.
And both occasions took place in Memphis?
Yeah.
14 was the first time. What about the second time?
26.
And speaking of ages, care to share your birthday while you're at it, the month and the day perhaps?
July 9th. My cancer.
Now on each occasion, how many bullets were you actually struck by?
First time, 1. Second time, twice. Well, 1 grazed and 1 went in.
Okay, can you share both scenarios where you were shot at?
What you mean?
Where you were shot, excuse me.
And like where I got hit at?
Yeah, the first time and then the second time.
The first time I got shot in my face. When I was 14, I got shot in my face. Second time I got grazed on my side, shot in the back of my arm.
And where on the face exactly?
Like directly in my face. It was about like a smaller caliber, like a 32 or something. But the bullet's still in my neck.
Care to share what happened on either occasion? Care to share how far you were from the gun you were struck by?
First time, it was like from me to you.
And we're about 6 feet apart.
Yeah, it was that close. Second time, I don't know, my back was turned.
Now, for those in the audience that have never been shot by a gun before, what does that actually feel like?
Like, I really just can't say, because the first time I actually like I felt it, and it was like something was like burning, like a burning smell, like plastic. But the second time, I didn't even know I got shot. Like, until after a while, like I was feeling my arm, it felt wet. I get to look, I'm like, damn, I'm shot. I ain't even know.
Now, that first time when you really felt it, and that was as a teenager there, as you mentioned previously, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a little pain, 10 being a lot of pain, where would you scale that?
It was probably about an 8.
Can you give an example of what that pain level is like?
Like just a burning, like just some, like say somebody just set a lighter, like just on your arm. Like this shit was just burning.
Now, on either occasion, were you under the influence of any drugs at the time?
No, I don't do drugs.
And the question was being raised there because if you were under the influence of a drug, just hypothetically speaking, wondering if that helped or hurt with the pain even more.
Yeah, I want on no drug.
Now, as defined by Oxford Languages, a near-death experience is, quote, an unusual experience taking place on the brink of death and recounted by a person after recovery, typically an out-of-body experience or a vision of a tunnel of light.
No.
Did you undergo any of that?
No. Nah. First time I got shot, like, I was calm about it. I called my mom and everything on the phone, like, I just got shot. Second time, I didn't even know I was hit. I got FaceTime people like, bro, I just got shot in my arm, bro. They thinking that. At first I wasn't showing, I just called like, bro, I just got shot. They was on shit like, bro, quit playing. On shit like that, I got to showing them like, this shit for real.
Now, that first time, the bullet is still actually in your face somewhere.
Yeah.
What about that second shot in that second occurrence?
Like one still in my arm.
Is it a possibility these bullets may come out on their own at some point?
I don't just too much think the arm, but I think the face, cause like it's like on the, like out the outside. So I think like one day like, and I asked in the hospital like, should I get surgery and get it took out? They were like, shit, it can't damage nothing. So I'm like, well, fuck it, don't touch it.
And then speaking of damage, what about the arm? Can that bullet do damage in your arm at this point?
Nah. After I got shot, it probably like the same night I left the hospital, probably like 2 days after, I was back playing basketball. My arm wrapped up, but back outside hoop.
Any sensitivity to weather changes where each of those bullets took place?
Nah.
What about when it rains?
I don't feel it. I think motherfuckers be lying about that. I don't feel it.
Wintertime when it gets colder and the temperatures drop?
Yeah, nah.
Have you experienced a metal detector or metal wand since these shootings?
Nah. Never experienced that.
Never went through metal detector at TSA at the airport?
I've been through it, but it ain't never like went off.
Now, the first caliber that struck you was maybe a .32, as you said previously.
Yeah.
What about the second occurrence? Do you know what caliber of bullet?
Nah.
Looking back, what do you think your key to survival of these shootings was? There are some that get struck by one bullet and aren't able to do an interview to talk about it.
You said, what's the key to survival?
Yeah, what was your key to survival in both of these instances?
I just think I'm just him. I'm just a strong ass nigga, like some little shit like that ain't taking me out.
What about medical staff? Any credit to the medical staff in either occasion?
Nah. It like it wasn't no rushing or nothing. Like I was stable both times, like I was talking in the head.
You also mentioned the first time you were calm about it. Was that something that your mom instructed you to be calm, or was that just a natural instinct?
She was going ham. She was going hard. She couldn't believe it. And like I said, I was in Memphis. My mama stayed in Atlanta at the time. So she left work and everything, like jumped straight on the road. Like I was telling her, be cool, like you calm down. Act like you got hit.
And final question here in regard to either of these shooting incidents. Were you an innocent bystander or were you targeted in both of these?
I was an innocent bystander.
Now, when it comes to these shootings, mentally, has this been something you sought any professional help over?
Nah.
Why not? Some people do.
I don't just feel like, I don't feel like I need it.
Now, when it comes to Memphis, how were you able to survive that upbringing?
Shit, just
Zooming out, aside from the shootings, how were you able to survive that upbringing?
just like most time, like it'd be like where you put yourself at. Like so most times, like when you know some shit finna be too live or some shit. Like me, I'm still getting there. I still got to be in the mix, but I know when to leave. Like I know when bullshit finna pop off or it feel like I have a certain feeling like, man, we need to roll. Let it go.
What about with these shooting incidents? Were any of that preventable?
That shit was all God.
Now, there are some people who say things like, don't know if I'll make it to see the age of 18. Or 21, for example. Did you have any of these thoughts yourself growing up in Memphis?
I never had those thoughts.
Why not?
Like I told you, like I know when to get my ass, I know when to leave somewhere. Like it ain't about being no shake ass nigga, none of that. It's about being smart. So I know.
Be that as it may, knowing what you know now, hypothetically speaking, what would you have said to your younger self back then, if anything?
Don't do it. Like it was like back then I ain't had it don't do it feeling like I ain't had it feeling like you don't need to do that. Like I was just head first about shit. Like I ain't give a fuck. So like if I could tell my younger self like it's just everything like no matter what it was, like I'm just don't do it. So don't do it.